When science plays God, the unseen consequences. Dark storm clouds swirl over a futuristic laboratory, lightning flashes, and eerie green liquid bubbles in a test tube. A scientist in the shadows injects a glowing serum into a restrained test subject. A pair of monstrous glowing eyes snap open. They said it was science, they said it was for progress, but history has shown us every time man tries to play God, the consequences are beyond what we can imagine. This isn't science fiction. It's real, and it's been happening for far longer than you think. Faded black and white footage of Nazi Germany, soldiers marching, a hidden underground lab. During World War II, the Nazi regime didn't just experiment on humans, they sought to create something beyond human. Genetic experiments were carried out in secret, aiming to manipulate DNA, create super soldiers, and even fuse man with beast. Show images of declassified Nazi documents and eerie surgical labs. The horrifying truth? Some claim they succeeded, at least in part. Whispers of grotesque creatures hidden deep in Nazi bunkers were erased from history after the war. But the work, it didn't stop there. Cut to grainy Soviet footage. Stalin walks past rows of scientists in a cold, sterile lab. In the 1920s and 30s, Soviet scientists under the command of Joseph Stalin conducted chilling genetic experiments, the goal to create a hybrid army, stronger, more obedient, less human. Show eerie footage of old lab rats and declassified Soviet documents. Lead scientist Ilya Ivanov attempted to crossbreed humans with apes. He injected human DNA into chimps and even attempted artificial insemination of human women with primate DNA. The results? Disturbing. And the deeper truth? Classified. Slow zoom in on an eerie black and white photograph of an alleged experiment. But let's go even further back, because this isn't just a story of human greed, it's something far darker. Ancient biblical paintings flash across the screen, Nephilim giants, winged creatures, and ancient ruins. The story of genetic corruption isn't new. In fact, it goes back to the oldest records in human history, the Bible. The book of Genesis speaks of the fallen angels, the Watchers, who descended to earth and corrupted mankind. Show an illustration of the Nephilim, giant, monstrous beings, half human, half angelic abomination. These beings took human women and gave birth to the Nephilim, hybrid creatures with unnatural power and corrupted DNA. This was an act of rebellion against God, an attempt to rewrite creation itself. Cut to dark storm clouds swirling, lighting crackling over a ruined temple. And what did God do? He wiped them out in the Great Flood, purging the earth of their corruption. But mankind never learns. Cut to modern-day CRISPR gene editing labs. Scientists working under fluorescent lights, inserting DNA into petri dishes. Today, history repeats itself. Scientists are once again blurring the lines between human and beast. Gene editing technology like CRISPR allows us to splice DNA, manipulate life, and yes, create human-animal hybrids. Show footage of human ear grown on a mouse, genetically modified animals glowing in the dark. Chimeric embryos, part human, part animal, are being grown in laboratories right now. Scientists claim it's for medical progress, but where does it end? When does the experiment become the abomination? Slow motion zoom in on a test tube filled with swirling DNA strands. Have we crossed the line? Have we once again angered God? Montage of collapsing civilizations, eerie mutated figures, biblical warnings. In every era, those who seek ultimate power push the limits of what is natural. The Nazis tried, the Soviets tried, the fallen angels tried, and now we are trying again. But what if the price is more than we can pay? Thunder rumbles. A shadowy figure in a lab coat stares into the camera, eyes glowing, something inhuman lurking beneath the surface. We were made in the image of God. But what happens when we defile that image? A black screen, a single heartbeat fades into silence. Are we prepared for what comes next?